Yo, welcome to the Q, sponsored by Side 3 Studios and the Qoncert app. I am one of your hosts, King Tef.
Hypnautic.
And we got a special guest today, King Zoe.
What's good, what's good? Thank you for having me, man. I appreciate y'all for sure.
You already know. You wanna do who's doing it, holding it down in the city right now, making it happen right now.
Man, we just trying to hold up what the OGs like y'all are doing and we're doing for us. So
what's up? You about a year in right now, right? How long you been? When'd you drop your first record? Two years ago?
4 years now.
4
bro.
years?
4 years. 2019 was when I dropped my first record.
Okay.
So we pretty deep in here now.
Well, what we got for Zoe today?
Now, one of the crazy things that is in this relationship is that you guys known each other since he was
Like diapers.
since he was
Man,
a diaper.
yeah, I was young.
Yeah,
for
he
sure.
6 years old at Side 3 Studios. Me and this before
that's
before it even opened up. So now we're
Yeah.
back in Side 3 Studios. This is actually the studio you were in when I met you when
Man,
you
see,
were
I
6
didn't
years
even know
old.
that. See, I didn't even know all that.
Your mom did a track for me. This is before the Side 3 doors opened. This is before I knew Tef, right?
Yeah.
And you were working here because you're working with Frankie a little bit. And I came here, started working before it even opened up, and you were downstairs. We recorded that song, "It'll Be All Right" with your moms.
Yes,
And I
that's
was like,
right.
"Hey, I want
Yeah.
you guys to add some vocals on the back of the song."
And
I
we-
think it was that song or the other one, but it was one of
we
them.
went in at the end and said a little like
So it
line
all
or
comes
two.
around.
Yeah. That was crazy, man. That's crazy. People don't believe me when I tell them I was in the studio at 6 years old.
Because they don't believe that I'm ancient. I'm a dinosaur walking around these streets
Man,
now.
it'd be crazy nowadays, but y'all making it happen for sure and opening the doors for young artists like myself. So,
You was even rapping back then when you was because you.
oh yeah, I've always had the rhythm, man. Me and my bro used to, just try to rap battle each other for sure.
The real question is,
He was in a Wave video.
he was in the Wave video.
he was.
Him and his
Oh
cousin.
yeah, we was. I remember that with my fro. Damn, y'all
Yeah,
could look
he
at
was
that,
in
and
the
I was a
Wave
whole.
video. He played your son in that video.
Played my son.
Yeah. he
Oh
played
yeah,
your
yeah,
son in the
yeah. That's
video.
right. Okay, yeah. I forgot. I was like, wait, because I had my son playing one thing, but yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting concept. Who stole that concept from us? The first one. The first
I
time
think
you
it was T.I. that-
Ti had it. Yeah. Okay.
Mhm.
That's crazy.
That's why you gotta be careful what you say in the industry. Sometimes you say something, someone
Yeah.
catches wind, and is like, that's a good idea.
Damn,
You gotta run with your ideas first.
Mhm.
that's crazy.
That's how it happens. But hey, so you've already headlined he headlined over at Black Buzzard, correct?
Yes, sir. The OB, man, Oscar Blues.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That was a big show. Now you about to go into by the time this gets released, you'll probably have already done this, but you're going into the Wild Goose Concert Awards this up and coming week.
Man, yes, super excited to do that one for sure. I got a lot of my foe pulling through, a lot of my family.
So what is faux?
Foe, that's family over everything, man. We rebranding that term. I know a lot of times it gets a negative connotation, but I'm rebranding it for the people that I care about and for the people I call my fam.
So is everyone in your tribe considered this, or is this family? Is this blood family, or is this like everybody?
These are people that I care for, so it don't have to be blood. You know what I mean? There's people that, even my bros that's been with me since, back in elementary school. You know what I mean? And we ain't blood, but we homies. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And that's still my foe, and I still ride or die for them, just like I ride or die for my real family as well. So
Okay. Now, so since you've been on this journey, right? These last 4 years, you've been taking this more serious, right? Was that
A lot,
that's because you were
yeah.
freestyling before that, and you started really diving in?
yeah.
What do you think is the biggest frustration of being in the industry right now? Like, because you quit your job, you're
Yeah.
actually trying to take this full time.
100%.
What is something that's like? What's a obstacle that you're challenged with that you're just like, I wish this would change, or you're trying to figure out?
Yeah, I wouldn't say necessarily change, but definitely what I've hit a struggling point as I say is like more the business, and I talk about this in other interviews as well. Just learning the business part and the actual ownership of your own record and the masters and all of that goes into the music side is kind of looked over when you want to be an independent artist. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times you think it's just the creating the music and doing the shows and the music videos and stuff, but a lot like you guys have taught me as well is just the business is a lot in the game that if you have knowledge on, you can hold it at leverage for yourself as well.
There's multiple sides of the business. What you think?
Now, do you have a top 5 dead or alive?
Top 5 that are alive, man. I got to have. I'd probably put Jay-Z as one of my top ones, and then Drake, Kanye, J. Cole, and Lil Wayne. I got to throw on there for sure.
Okay.
What you think of Kanye right now?
He's wilding. He's wilding. I can't support everything he's talking about, but I don't understand him. It's not my place to judge him. I don't know the man, but I do respect his craft in the music for sure. I think he's one of the geniuses in the music industry. I gotta say music industry because everybody be taking that out of context for sure.
What you think of Kanye?
I'm interested to hear that, bro.
It is what it is. I think he takes pieces of snippets of things he hears and he regurgitates them, and he doesn't understand exactly the full scope of things, and he just constantly regurgitates. And it is what it is. Like,
he's a genius at how media works.
I say if you want to take the consequences of anything you do in this world, talk how you talk. That's how it is. You talk how you talk. If you want to take consequences, do whatever you do.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But so now next statement, I'll say you got any new groupie stories? Any groupie stories since this newfound fame that you come into?
Newfound fame.
Yeah,
man. I mean, not too crazy, man. I've been staying out the way. I'm a very independent. I'm a homebody. I stay by myself. But there's been a couple events I've been to that there were some shawties there. Let's just say that were just over the top. OD is what we like to call them, and those are the ones I stay away for sure. No matter how bad they are, I stay away from them.
They feel a little different. They feel a little different when you start getting these shows. They act a little different.
They do, and they expect the treatment and shit. And I'm like,
you been chased down yet?
Nah.
Signed any body parts that?
Nah, I haven't signed. Nah,
Hip used to sign a lot of body parts.
See, I ain't top flight, man. I ain't like y'all niggas, man. Y'all be on that other side.
One time we had a nipple. We was at the toe tavern. This girl did drugs out. Her husband held it and stretched it down to her knee. And it was just, it was a friendly gesture.
That's crazy.
I had to make sure Tef got in on it. Hey, Tef!
Yeah, try to force me into it.
I'm dead.
I didn't want to be the only one.
Stretched it down so we could sign it. That's awesome.
So what do you look forward to in this? Like, what is it just about being the best, or what you claim king? You gonna take the king title from Tef?
I'm taking it.
You taking it from Tef?
I'm taking it straight up. I told Tef too. I was like, man, I'm coming for that crown, bro. And it's like, but no, it's not even like that. It's just, I want to be one of the kings, man. I'm not taking it. I want to be one of them as well.
What does that mean though for you? Like, Tef, what did king mean for you back in the day when you was like, I'm going for everyone?
Yeah, I'm a piece of shit. Like, we gonna keep it 100%. Like, I feel a certain way, and at the time when I decided to call myself king, it's just like I felt like it was nothing. Like, there's nobody. It is better than me, and I was like, statistically, I'm just going to constantly prove it because I felt like at one point in Colorado, well, it's still like this. You have all the people that are like circle jerking around with each other, and they just keep saying like the same people on the same list and all this stuff like that. My intention was that as long as you kept saying those types of things, I felt that gave me the ability to be like comparative to what I'm doing to what you're doing. I know you can't do what I do, so I would always look a different way. So, like, for instance, I always tell people, because they'll hype somebody up and be like, man, this person's the best out here, this person's the best. But then what happens is they actually mess up those people's careers, because then when they go do a show and they don't do numbers, then they never get booked again. You see what I'm saying? So I knew what was going to happen.
So you was backing it up.
I knew, I was going to get booked. So then if you constantly couldn't prove me wrong, I knew in that space that I'm the king. So then at that point, you have to still prove me wrong. Like, and until people prove, you know what I'm saying? Like, until someone proves me wrong, like, I'm not going to ever feel any different.
No, facts. And I get that. And you know what? For me, it's more like it's bigger than music too. You know what I'm saying? It's a status of how I hold myself and how I carry myself, and how I expect my brothers to carry themselves as well. So it's kind of like royal almost. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So even outside of music, just kind of like holding yourself as that, like, man, we good enough. You know what I mean? And it don't matter what nobody say. I don't care what, if this man's feeling them, they're gassing it up over here and shit. we still over here, you know, on our grind and on our tempo. It's like you may have that region, but as King, we grow. We gonna grow. You know what I mean? And we gonna expand and just evaluate as we hit these different achievements and milestones in our career. So
See, I think when we came up, it was very competitive in a sense of like it was cutthroat competitive. Where you're fighting against promoters, you're fighting against the industry, you're fighting against people who don't want to talk about you, you're fighting against other artists. It's like really crabs in a barrel. And I think now, especially with even Qoncert, we're able to build this like culture of people work together. It's not as like cutthroat as it was.
Yeah.
So do you feel the competitiveness? Like, are you like, I gotta bring more people than this guy, I gotta song this guy, or do you more just like competing with yourself?
In a sense, I kind of compete, but not in a way where you know I'm competing. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, I'm community, man. And I think as, you know, as a city and as a state especially, we need to come together for our music scene. And I feel like that's what you guys are doing a great job of as well. And just bringing everybody, you know, together and be able, like you said, to create and to connect and just to network with each other. And I feel like that's what I cherish the most in the music industry. Like, I'm a creative guy, I'm the soul guy. Like, so regardless of whatever's happening in the business or in the outside media, like, creating is where my passion is and my passion lies. So that's where I'm at, and I'm just trying to grow that.
Tef used to bring a crown on stage.
Oh, right? Yeah, see?
You got the same crown Biggie had. You bring that on stage and just look at everyone like, what you gonna do?
What about the throne? You had the throne up on there?
I never had, well, we had a throne that we take pictures at, but I never had an actual throne like that I owned, but... Yeah, man. Like, I feel it is a different environment today because right now you kind of have that like vibe that like it's not the same way it was. But it has a lot to do with how the industry works because the industry makes it so it's like there can only be one. Like they kind of make it like that. But then when you do something like what we're doing with Qoncert and everything, it doesn't build that idea in people's minds. So it doesn't have that same feeling. When we were coming up, it was kind of like we were getting doors shut in our face. So then it was kind of like if some people would like just shut all the doors and who they choose would kind of be in that space. Then at that time, that's why I was more competitive in that idea of being like, oh, I'm the king or whatever like that is because I was just like, yo. There
are stories where it's real like it was sink or swim, kill or be killed almost in a sense like when we were coming up. But I mean now it's a whole different scene. It's a whole different way things move. There were certain people who controlled certain outlets back then that if you didn't pay them you wouldn't get on, or if you weren't in a certain circle. And I think right now it's like
algorithms and shit. And
algorithms define a lot. Yeah, well, it's because algorithms are based off what people like.
Yeah.
And when you're based off something you like, then the people you think were the best aren't always the best because if you're not liked, you ain't liked. So who would you say in the scene out here that you were like is really dope that you feel like, oh, I want to work with this person more, or the way they're moving is crazy?
Man, I'd say another couple dope artists are Nello. G Nello is a cat that's out here. I reached out to him. I found him on Instagram, and we linked into the studio a couple times, got a song in and stuff. But man, I've been seeing him just work and grind and just doing a lot of things independently as well as an artist. Malcolm Wise, you know Malk, he's super dope. We did a song. Definitely want to chop it up with him and you know, just see what we can do. I've been told and that our vibes are a lot of the same and stuff as well. So people love Hands Up. That's like, I feel like it's number 2 or 3 on Apple Music right now in my catalog. So people are running it up for sure. So
okay, what you got, Tef?
Well,
Tef's running production right now. This is our first time in the studio. Shout out to Side 3. It's dope. It's dope that we're here. It's dope that some of the things we got in the works. But Tef's running the control panel, the production. He's a producer, director. Usually it's me, so it's good to get a little break. I don't know if I'm gonna get any FaceTime with this, but I know Tef's gonna do a good job.
I'm just gonna keep the camera on me the whole time. That's how it works, you know. But yeah, man. So as we go into this Wild Goose show, and then what's planned for the rest of the year after this Wild Goose show for you?
Man, I got the Knock is doing the show as well with me on the list sometime in March. So next month, at the end of the month, I think. I'm supposed to go out to Oklahoma in May to perform in front of some record A&Rs and some panelists out there as well. I was supposed to go over there like earlier a couple months ago, but it got pushed back.
The one with La Russell?
Yeah, the one LA Russell was gonna be at.
LA
NLE Choppa
Russell.
was supposed to be there. But yeah, it got pushed back to May, so I don't know who's all gonna be there in the panel now. But that I know Fanfare was part of that, helped me get onto that.
Okay.
With Mike. So it's been super dope. It's been super dope to be a part.
What
of
do you
that.
want to happen after this year? Like I know you got a ton of different dope things that are leading up to something like, but what would be like something you walk out of next year?
Right.
Like, what's your power move? Like, are you dropping another album? Are you going to try to create some kind of massive content thing? Are you going to try to get another 100, 200 fans? Like,
yeah, I'm trying to, well, this is what I'm doing right now. And all these shows that I'm kind of doing right now is to gain more audiences and more, in different cities and different networks that I usually want to hit. So by summertime, hopefully I could throw a big community, gathering, whether if that's a show at a venue or, like we was talking about, like a barbecue or something. I feel like something I could bring the community involved, not even just charge too. I'm just trying to have like a good time,
moment.
a good moment, and just to build within my city, man. Because I feel like once we start somewhere like that, right there, that's when we'll have the momentum to really start, packing out these shows and going on tour and shit, and finally getting my merch established and stuff. So
okay,
that's what I'm waiting for, is to bring in like another 200 as well. So.
Well, tell them where they can find you, all the music, everythn like that.
Yes, sir. I'm on all platforms at King Zoe. Instagram, Zoe Wilburn. That's ZOWILBURN, a.k.a. King Zoe. And yeah, man, we out here. We're making it happen for sure.
Okay.
Yes, sir. This is the Q. I'm King Tef.
Hypnautic.
And we at King Zoe in the building. Yes, sponsored by Side 3, sponsored by Qoncert app. You already know what time it is. Checking out. Yeah.